and made the decision.
Hey guys, Faith here. So I decided to remake the updated music collection video. I did miss some, and I wanted to make sure to do all of them this time. So let's get started. First, Disturb. It's their first album, The Sickness.
Property, and somebody else in the family didn't
Believe.
like
In December 2012, Robert Campbell and
10,000
his co-conspirators
Fists.
are indicted on 2 counts of murder.
Tony and Wendy was the first ones
Indestructible.
that were arrested. And then, of course, here comes Philip.
Asylum.
And of course, Dusty was right in there with them because they all ran together. And
The Lost
so
Children.
They started arresting people, and you think, how in the world? the
Immortalized.
magnitude for you to think
And
was
their
just
last album,
enormous.
Evolution.
Coming up, Robert faces trial, but do prosecutors have enough for a conviction?
Next up, Shine Down.
How do we convince a
There's
jury
Us and
to
Them.
convict someone who wasn't even in the state?
Amaryllis.
I earned 3% cash back at drugstores and chase freedom unlimited. So I got
Threat
cars,
to
birthdays,
Survival.
Halloweens, graduations. I'm covered for everything. Which reminds me, thank you for driving me to the drugstore. Earn
And
big time
Attention,
Chase Freedom
Attention.
Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase.
Next up, Seether. There's Disclaimer 2.
And the 2022 Lexus GX with Apple CarPlay support.
Carmen Effect.
Get 2.49% APR financing on the 2022 GX460.
Find It, Beauty in Negative Spaces.
JC tried game flings for the first
Holding on
time
to Strings, but left free.
Not where she was.
And Isolate and Medicate.
Flings user.
Real cowboys get customized car insurance.
Next up, Slipknot.
So we only pay for what we need.
So here's their first one. It's their self-titled.
Yeah, hang on, I'm about to break my own record. Only pay for what
Their third, which is Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
All Hope Is Gone.
Zicam is the #1 cold shortening brand.
highly recommended.
Zicam's love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
The Grey Chapter.
Colds. Zicam zinc that cold.
My parents can always check my
And We Are Not
just
Your
by looking at
Kind,
their
which
cell
came out
phones.
I share my numbers
almost 3 years
with my
ago.
wife and my daughter. And if I'm out in the yard working or busy, she'll come out and tell
3
me,
Days
"Hey, you guys
Grace.
are working hard."
There's
Makes me feel
their
good that they're
self-titled one, which is their first one. 1X. I don't have their other 2 albums after that, but I do have these 2. Human,
OxyClean presents Sneezing Season.
and the last one, which is Outsider.
Dirty work. Get it clean this cold and flu season. OxyClean laundry.
Yeah,
and
Wolf on Valentine. There's The Poison.
Including the virus that causes COVID-19.
Ready to turn your dreams into plans and your actions into achievements? Explore over 75 programs in 4 weeks.
Scream and Fire.
University. New feature starts today at nu.edu.
Fever.
Age is just a number. And mine's unlisted. Try Boost High Protein with 20 grams of protein for muscle health.
Temper,
versus
Temper.
16 grams in Ensure High Protein. Boost High Protein also has key nutrients for immune support. Boost High Protein.
Venom. Deluxe Edition. And Gravity. I don't have their newest one yet though. All into Skillet. Comatose.
Quilted Northern Ultra Soft and Strong is made using an energy-efficient process. 3 trees are also planted for each one used. Quilted Northern, premium comfort made
Rise.
Manhood looks different from guy to guy. But when yours bends in a different direction, you might feel bothered by it.
Unleash.
So talk to a urologist, because a bend in your erection might be Peyronie's disease, or PD.
And
it's a
Victorious.
condition that involves a buildup of scar tissue, but it's treatable. Xiaflex is the only FDA-approved non-surgical
Next up,
treatment
there's
for
Corn.
adult men with Peyronie's disease.
There's the Greatest Hits, Volume 1.
Xiaflex has been proven to help gradually reduce the bend. Don't receive if the treatment area involves your urethra.
See you on the other side.
Or any of the ingredients. May cause serious side effects, including penile fracture or other serious
The Path of Totality.
severe allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Seek help if you have any of these symptoms. Do not have any sexual activity during
and the paradigm shift.
Sudden back pain reactions after treatment may occur. Tell your doctor if you have a bleeding condition or take blood thinners, as risk of bleeding or bruising at the treatment site is increased.
And finally, the Serenity of Suffering.
Could look like. Find a Xiaflex trained urologist at bencarrot.com.
Now, asking Alexandria, there's their second one, Reckless and Relentless.
They thought it was the place they would spend the rest of their lives together. Instead, law enforcement
From Death to
believed they were
Destiny.
murdered in a revenge plot orchestrated by Rusty's uncle, Robert Campbell.
The Black.
Philip Friend is the first accomplice to help authorities. For his cooperation, he receives 10 years in prison after pleading guilty to 2 counts of second-degree
And they're
murder.
self-titled.
Philip talking really helped pull everything together, and you know, I think he truly, genuinely.
Okay,
was
on to
sorry that he was
Evanescence.
ever a part of any of it.
Fallen.
If it hadn't been for him, there's no telling when they would have been able to have found them. And so my family and Becky's family also.
The Open Door.
We all agreed that it would be okay for him to get a lesser sentence.
Philip's cousin Dusty Hicks also pleads guilty to the charges and receives life in prison. In 2013, the gunman Tony Friend admits his role
And
in
they're
the crime.
self-titled.
Tony Friend was a man of very few words, and he just had an attorney and pled guilty, and that was it. He was done. He said, "I'll take my life sentence and go."
Now, there's Firefight,
Tony's
Unbreakable.
wife, Wendy, decides to try her luck at trial in March 2014. With the evidence stacked
Lady
against her,
Gaga, The Fame
she's
Monster.
convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison.
With Wendy, of course, the evidence was such
The Fame.
that she was dropped off at some point after Russell and Rebecca were taken from their home, but before the trip to Cedar Creek. But she was in communication with Tony and Dusty and Philip, so she had enough, participation that
And
there
Born
was
This
enough
Way.
there for a murder first-degree conviction.
In July of 2016, 5 years after the crime, Robert Campbell's murder
Green Day,
trial
American
gets
Idiot.
underway.
During all the hearings and the trials, Robert Campbell always played the little old man.
Alan
that
Parsons
everybody was
on air.
picking on. That there's no way that he could do anything like this. He was just the innocent.
Hanson
old
this
man
time
that
around.
He just wanted to be left alone.
He had the perfect alibi. He was not just out of the
Damn
area, out of the
Yankees,
state.
self-titled.
And so, how do we convince a jury to convict someone who wasn't even in
And
the
Skid
state
Row,
of
self-titled.
first-degree murder?
What the prosecution had
Now on to the next
was,
row.
Philip
There's Witness from Bless the Fall.
incredible
What the actual case looks like. This is their second album, I believe.
to have Borders murdered.
The beauty of Philip's testimony was
Awakening.
a lot of what he said was corroborated by other evidence, through phone records and everything else.
Hollow Bodies.
Robert is the one that set the ball in motion and ordered this to
Word
happen.
Lie
and
Deceiver.
because he ordered it to happen, it did happen. But for him saying anything
Five
to
Cycles.
Tony's friend, they would still be alive.
Robert Campbell wanted them killed because he said Rusty didn't
Real.
deserve to live in a farmhouse.
Dark Matter. On to Escape the
On
Fate.
July
There's
13th,
Ungrateful.
2016, the jury reaches a decision.
Once
Hate
the
Me.
jury went in to find the verdict, they were actually
I Am Human.
in there for hours and ended up having to
And
come
Chemical
back the next
Warfare.
morning and continue.
Which is our
It took
newer
the
one.
jury, I believe, 10 hours.
Now on
of
to Marilyn
deliberation,
Manson. There's Portrait of
and
American
they came
Family.
back with a guilty verdict. It wasn't first-degree murder.
Smells
it
Like
was, 2
Children.
counts of second-degree murder.
It's still enough to earn Robert 2 consecutive life sentences.
Antichrist Superstar. Here's what the actual
for taking their lives,
case
I
looks
don't
like.
know. But due to our standards today and what we
Mechanical
what we
Animals.
monitor that or what we use as justice,
Hollywood,
Yeah,
In the
just
Shadow of the Valley of
just as well as
Death.
it could happen.
I was just happy that they caught him and that he was not going to get out. With his age
The High End of
and the
Low,
time that they gave him, he would die in prison.
and The Pale Emperor.
That's where he belongs.
For most families, weddings are a cause for
On to
celebration.
Sick
But in
Puppies,
this
there's
case,
Tripolar.
It was the start of a blood feud that ended in tragedy.
It was really a sad case, you know.
And
They didn't do
Connect.
anything to deserve this. They didn't do anything to bring this on themselves. It was really just greed and his
Next
own
there's
anger
Mudvayne,
about
Lost
not
and
having
Found.
that control that he wanted. Russell and Rebecca were really trying to make a fresh
Device.
start, and this happened.
If I can put it in one word, it's evil. And
Pop Evil, Onyx.
no land, no piece of property, no house.
Rev Theory,
This ever
Light It
once
Up.
taking the life of a loved one.
Mom and Rusty were married
Daughtry,
less than
Break
a
the
year.
Spell.
When I think about what happened that night, I just wonder
30 Seconds to Mars, A
how my
Beautiful
mom
Lie.
felt. Was she at peace?
Creed,
Was she
Full
scared?
Circle.
Did she know what was going to happen? They took something that did not belong
Jonathan
to them,
Davis,
and a
Black
piece of me went with
Labyrinth,
her that
which
day.
is his solo album.
I will never be the same person I was.
It is tough.
Richard
And
Marx,
I would
self-titled.
wish this on my enemy. Much less
Richard
anybody
Marx,
else.
Repeat Offender.
It's just tough to get through, but with the help of
Ryan
God,
Adams,
I'm
Waking Up the
looking
Neighbors.
forward to meeting my son and Becky in heaven.
Florence and the Machine, Lungs. Kesha. Selena Gomez in the Scene, When the Sun Goes Down. Carrie Underwood, Some Hearts.
They were young newlyweds with a baby on the way.
Josh was a tall, strong,
Carnival
built football
Ride.
player, and in Amber, you had a teenage girl who was
Play
pretty,
On.
who took care of herself.
They look like a couple that would go together. They make beautiful pictures.
Until their seemingly perfect
Blown Away.
marriage ended in a tragic fall.
They said he fell 17 floors down.
Amber was out of her mind, distraught, shouting, "Is he dead? Is he dead?"
Metamorphosis, Hilary Duff.
Circumstances of the tragedy would lead to accusations of murder.
Hilary Duff,
Catapult the case
self-titled.
into the national spotlight.
Tulsa had not seen anything like this before, where people were obsessed.
This
with
Beautiful
I told
Republic,
myself,
Perceptions.
how does that happen? Because we don't really know it at that point, really, how that could.
And Saving Abel.
It was like a he said, she said, you know. I don't think we will ever find out what was going on with them.
That's about it for my updated CD collection haul. I really hope you guys enjoy. I am going to make a horror collection haul for my DVDs, so if you guys want to see that, let me know. I love you guys, and remember to like and comment if you enjoyed.
It's a hot summer afternoon
Thanks for
in
watching.
Tulsa,
Bye
Oklahoma,
guys.
When a 911 call comes in reporting a possible suicide attempt.
Yes. I just saw someone jump out of their window out of the